How did I get my first apartment at the age of 18? Now listen, y'all. This is my bed right here. I got a studio. It was pretty reasonable price. I got my cat litter box. I got this. And then I got my TV over there. And my cat right here. And yeah. Had cooked something and got my kitchen. Got some food at the top. And you can take out to my bathroom. Yeah. A little Halloween decoration. Clear curtains for the shower. Now y'all might be wondering, how the heck did I get my first apartment at 18? Now, getting your first apartment is more than just the age, okay? It's about the mindset overall, and it's about the trust in the process. Now, getting your own space is amazing because it gives you your own space and freedom, and it gives you a lot of thinking. You go be in your thoughts a lot, especially if you live alone, because it's literally just you and your place. That's if you live alone, because literally just having that quietness in the place, it makes you think. Now, for the people that like moving in with other people, just understand that people carry energy, okay? Every day might not seem like glowing cookies, but at the end of the day, it's about how you make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting your own space gives you time to reflect. You will have time to actually sit in your thoughts. A lot of y'all don't like your thoughts, so it go trigger you a little bit. But I want to tell you the deep meaning behind getting your space. So this is how you can manifest it, because you manifest by internally embodying that person in the present now before you get your desire. And then that's when your desire comes to you fast, because you're embodying that version. So now reality gotta like align things in your favor. It has no choice. This is the law. This is the power that we have that was not talked about, because if you know this power, this is strong, you will actually be able to manifest. And this is not a joke. This video is serious. This video is telling you the truth. You manifest to believe in that version of you is you now. You gotta talk, walk, you gotta affirm with truth and trust. Every time you feel fear, you gotta choose trust over fear, because this is your blockage. Fear is a blockage towards success. Fear is like a delay. It's a delay that you choose. Now, you might feel fear. That don't mean you got to continue that fear. You can align towards, hey, there's a possibility where something good could come out of it. You have a choice. But if you so internally negative within yourself already, this is hard to flip, because you're not really aligned with that new perspective. You're aligned with a low vibrational perspective because you chose it. So, you chose it a lot. So it's like it becomes a identity. You gotta let that version go so that new version can come through, and that new version of faith and trust, and that goes forward no matter what, can bring you things that you want. But you cannot get the things that you want if you're still the old version, because that version has a different energetic, emotional thing within itself that is blocking it away, because that fear is energy. Energy do not die. It only transforms. So when you feel a lot of negative energy, you're also manifesting that into your external reality, because everything you feel, say, is literally manifestation. That's why you gotta watch what you say. That's why you gotta watch what you listen to. You gotta watch who you around, because everybody carry energy. Everything on this planet carries energy. Having your own space is important, especially if you want to grow mentally, because it's me being in my space for this is almost a month now. I had learned that I really got a lot of stuff happening in me right now that I still got to heal. This is acknowledgement. You might get drowned in other people's noise. When you're in someone else's space, it might be other people there, so you might get drowned in other people's noise. So you might not always hear these thoughts. And it's all one for one, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with living with other people. Like, where I came from, I'm so thankful that I got to stay there. It was a beautiful place, and I love all the experiences I had to go through in life to bring me here. Every space was protection for me, and I appreciate all the support I had during my growing up process. But now that I am an 18-year-old, I'm responsible for myself, and I'm now understanding how to internally embody a new perspective within the mind to be able to bring things into your reality. It's just about relearning and letting the old story dissolve, because it doesn't serve your purpose. It serves nothing but the past, and it serves nothing but a memory that can follow along with you in the future, but you don't have to let it, because you're here to grow. And just like leaves on a tree, you gotta sometimes drop to the ground because it can't always stay. You can't hold your breath. You gotta let that breath go so you can bring some new air in. This is the same example. I'm just being realistic. A lot of y'all might fear change. A lot of y'all might fear it because it's new, it's different. You're used to, you're comfortable. But this is where the change is where the success gets. That's where the success comes from. That's where achievements come from. When you change, that's where good things start to come through. Now, changing isn't easy, okay? But it's definitely not hard. It's definitely not hard. It might not be the easiest thing, but it's definitely not the hardest. It's a choice, a real truth choice that you would have to sit with, heal, talk to. You might have to self-talk. Self-talks are going to direct you towards the right path. You have to talk yourself through it, maybe. You might have to disappear, not out of, running away, but out of isolation so you can hear what's in here. Because you're around so much noise, it can blur what's in your mind. That's what I'm saying. Like, alone time really connects you with what happens in your mind. A lot of y'all distracted away with social media. This is so toxic because this media stuff isn't giving you clarity of what's happening here. You don't need no external thing to hear what's in here. That's why you are silent when you meditate or just pray. For people that don't believe in spirituality, when you pray, you gotta be silent, just like you are meditating. There's similarities towards this thing, y'all. Y'all are separating everything, but the logic is silence. Okay, you have to hear these thoughts because these thoughts are controlling your day-to-day choices. Every time you choose to choose comfort over progress, you're falling more into the I give up. Sometimes we need time, okay? But so much time in this world, y'all. It's so much time in this world, y'all. It's so much time, y'all. When you do something for a moment, and a moment could just be you recording a video, that takes a moment. When you do something for just 30 minutes of self-reflection, that's not taking up a lot of time, y'all. We're telling you to try it. They're telling you about this stuff. They're telling you to give it a shot. You got a lot of time in the world to get on your phone, to do other things. But when is you going to have the time to actually put your foot down and get inward? And now y'all about to trick your own self now because you might be like, I'm going to do it one time. Every time and every chance you get, you're going to have to choose it. This is how every time and chance you get to distract yourself and run away from it. If you minus that time of running away, distraction, and add on more self-reflection, affirming, positive thinking, then life going to change of more greatness, good luck, and minus the negative, the blockages. This is what changed reality. Now, y'all might be like, why is she going this deep if she's just talking about getting your first apartment? I'm not about to tell you to get a tour, to go up there and call. You should already know that. If you don't do that, you should already know an apartment ain't gonna come to you. Unless if it get mailed to you or someone unexpectedly say, hey, you want these keys? But I'm gonna be honest, it's easier to just go forward and do it yourself because it manifests faster, okay? It's called taking action. It's called warrior that don't just sit there and think they go forward. You know what I'm saying? So You should already know you gotta give it a call, give them a call. You should already know you gotta look for the specific apartment. If you want the best apartment to come to you, imagine your dream apartment. And then when you get a chance, go on Facebook Marketing or just go on, all the apps you need to go on to find your first apartment. Then when you do that, you are able to now see those apartments happen, and you can visualize those apartments. You see them apartments that start popping up on social media because your brain is projecting it by imagination. I visualized my apartment and I realized that this apartment comes with everything I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I asked for this to be in my apartment. It's literally in my apartment. And I visualized it so strongly, I was able to pick the right apartment in alignment without having to go so deep into searching. Because, it's kind of, you want to pick the perfect space for yourself because, you go be in it all the time. This is pretty common. And this is why a lot of people tend to go into an overthinking trap when they go forward into finding their own place because there's so many options. So I had visualized the perfect apartment that I want. I didn't say, oh, this is too expensive in my range. I said, no, I want this type of apartment. If I'm gonna move into my first place, I want it to be like this. I set the boundary, I set the tone because this world got so many reasonable prices for so many amazing and beautiful things. If you believe it do, yes it do. You know what I'm saying? So I start thinking reasonable. I'm like, okay, I would have the perfect apartment. And this is what I want, and I got everything. This is all manifestation. You see what I'm telling y'all right now is shift self to a different version so that version can get that apartment. The self you are now, if it's taking you a long time to move in, I'm telling you more than 6 months. If it's taking you more than 6 months to move into your first place, if you've been visualizing, you've been affirming, you're doing something wrong. Okay? Because it's not me trying to attack you. It's not me trying to say something wrong. True, exactly, it's something wrong with the way you're doing it. It's an adjustment. It's something that you just need to adjust. Not something that you need to get mad at and, discourage yourself. It's just an adjustment that you just need to make internally to be able to shift the story. That's all it is. So before you beat yourself up, beat up what's blocking you. That thought, don't argue with it, sit with it. You beat it up, your shadow disappear when you face it. Because what's above it is distractions, excuses, illusions. If you just go past all of that and to the root of what is actually happening, you see, hey, I'm facing the truth. So when you're in that situation of repeating the same mistake, you remember the time you reflected and faced the truth. Now, instead of it being something that you just don't know, you just don't understand why it's happening internally or outwardly, you can now gain clarity. Okay, this is happening because of the trauma I held on to. So this is happening in my life because I haven't healed that, or this is happening because I might need to detach. I have attachment issues. Maybe I just need to be alone so I can see what it feels like to be in my own space. Or maybe it's just because I always affirm negative things about money. That's why money can't come to me because my energy is full of blockages. Or maybe you see everything naturally. I can make tons of examples. But all I'm going to say is when you become aware of what the issue is, why is this happening? Why is things bad happening? I'm always affirming bad things. That's the layer. That's underneath the layer of it. That's where it's coming from. Okay, how can I change it now? This is called action. Take responsibility for your life. You're taking responsibility when you say, how can I change it? Okay, you talk about it, but you got to actually do it now. Then when you do it, you see things naturally change. It's not just about physically doing things too. It's about mentally too, because your thoughts is talking. Your thoughts is saying things. So your thoughts is affecting what you do, because if you have a thought like, damn, I don't feel like it, and you got to go and make that video or go get that money, then that thought can affect your day when it comes down to getting that money or getting that thing or making that video. So your thought is the power. So you have to make sure you affirm, redo and undo thoughts so it can manifest into something more beautiful. That's when I had a thought. I'm too young to get my first apartment. That thought did cross my mind. I literally changed the whole story. I said, bro, I'm gonna get my first apartment at the age of 18. I'm gonna get my first apartment at the age of 18. I said that, y'all, like it was just nothing but truth for me. I said it, nothing but confidence went through me when I said it. Nothing but greatness, trust. I looked up to the sky, I saw birds flying above me. I felt even more powerful in my word, in my state. And that's exactly what happened. It manifested because I didn't once doubt, fear. And when it manifested, I was grateful. I came in with some good energy. Now, some things that I had internally noticed within me because of the silence. But I also realized that this is a phase that I will pass by. You know, when you warm it up to a new environment, your body naturally just need time and rest to reflect, and that is perfectly fine. So I make it through and I'm back in action. Yeah, I post more consistent when I was, you know, before I got my apartment. So you could kind of tell that I've been in my mind mentally. I've been eternally making sure I mentally reflect on my inner soul, so that way I could come here and make the most, you know, wise videos for y'all, because I do the inner work, and then I come on here and talk about my inner work reflection from the things I experience, and I bring it here so we both can connect. Everyone that's watching this video right now can comment below and tell me your opinion on what I'm talking about, or your opinion overall about manifestation. This is not just about specifically your own apartment, but this could be about any aspect of your life. You know what I'm saying? Because that manifestation is like infinite, because this world is infinite. A lot of mysterious things is happening right now that we don't have a clue about. Y'all, we know nothing but, like, we really know nothing but 1% of the whole population. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. They tell me we know like 5%. I feel like we know nothing but 1%, because what is it if it's the unseen, then it haven't been seen. So why would it be this much if this unseen haven't been seen? So I feel like we know nothing but a small percentage. But if you know manifestation exists, if you know when you think about something, it pops up afterwards. If you know you literally do something, it pops up on your phone, like your phone listening to you, because everything is energy. If you notice that you just naturally mad at one moment and then feel good the next moment, you come into a relationship, you be like, oh, this gonna last, we gonna be together forever. Then a few months later, y'all just go into arguments. That's called the seasonal change. It's like timelines. You gotta understand dimensional timelines. Y'all gotta do y'all research. I had to watch more than 5 videos, y'all. Some of y'all only watch 5 videos in 1 year and think that you did inner work. I had to watch more than 5 videos. They was like an hour long. I had to watch more than that. I watched like 150 videos of spirituality, y'all. I would definitely say it was more than that. But I'm just trying to not seem too crazy when it comes down to spirituality on here. So I'm gonna just say 150. It probably was 1,000. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Because you gotta do a lot of research. It's not just about watching videos. It's also about sitting down and actually doing it. You can't just always expect a video to do the work for you. You gotta do the work for yourself in stillness. And put your phone down, put your phone away from you. Sit in stillness and actually think about it. Visualize your place manifesting.